What's going on, YouTube? Thomas L here. Alright, I'm going to be talking about the new movies that are opening in theaters this Friday on September 14th. Now, normally, I've been doing these videos on a Thursday, but, tomorrow I'm working for the election, so I can't really, so I'm not really going to be doing, much live stream. So I decided to, get it out of the way today. Because tomorrow when I come home, I'm not going to really feel like doing much live stream because I'm going to be dead ass tired. Anyway, with that being said, here is the films I'm going to be talking about that's opening in theaters this week. Alright, the first film I'm going to talk about is the big one, The Predator. And no, it's not a biopic about Harvey Weinstein. I just had to throw that joke in. Of course, this is a new take on The Predator. The original, of course, had Arnold Schwarzenegger. Then it had a sequel with Bill Paxton. Then there was Alien vs. Predator. Then the not so good Alien vs. Predator sequel. Then Robert Rodriguez's Predator got released. So this is a new take. And it's directed by Shane Black, who I adore. I think Shane Black is a world-class director. I love Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. I'm one of the rare folks who dug Iron Man 3. But his best work is The Nice Guys. I love The Nice Guys. Such a fantastic movie. If you guys still haven't seen The Nice Guys, do yourself a favor and check that movie out. It's wonderful. Anyway, this time there's another Predator, which is the ultimate Predator. And, of course, ex-soldiers and, science teachers and other people had to, prevent the end of the human race. I mean, this looks so darn cool. I've really dug the trailers. The Predator looks awesome. This looks like it's going to have lots of gore fests. It looks pretty gory. Looks violent. Cool action. Cool scares. I cannot wait to check the Predator out. I'm going to be seeing the Predator on Friday. Although the reviews aren't the best. Right now, as we speak, it has a 41%. Not that great, but I'll still give it a go. I really dug the trailers and it looks so darn cool. So, hey, maybe it'll still be good. Alright. The next film opening this week is White Boy Rick, which is, of course, based on a true story and stars Matthew McConaughey as this father to this 16-year-old named Richard Wurst Jr., who became an undercover informant for the FBI during the 80s and was arrested for drug trafficking and was sentenced to life in prison. I mean, this looks incredible. The trailers have looked amazing. Matthew McConaughey looks incredible. There's a new actor who plays the kid. I think the actor's name is the actor's name is Richie Merritt. He plays Rick Wurst Jr. And pretty much his nickname was White Boy Rick, hence the movie title. I'm gonna be seeing White Boy Rick on Sunday. The reviews are pretty decent. It has a 60% right now. I'm definitely looking forward to checking this one out. The trailers look good. The cast looks incredible. And I'm really interested in this story now. So, yeah, that opens this week. Another film that's opening is A Simple Favor, which stars Anna Kendrick as a mommy blogger who becomes friends with this rich girl played by Blake Lively, who pretty much becomes missing. And, they gotta try to find her. It looks like a Gone Girl type film, really. It kind of has a Gone Girl feel to it. It's directed by Paul Feig, who's best known of directing comedies like Spy, Ghostbusters, The Heat, Bridesmaids. He's directed some really good stuff. A lot of stuff had Melissa McCarthy in it. So this is pretty much his first major film without McConaughey. That has to go for it. The trailers, have not really done it for me, but the reviews for this have been excellent. Like as we speak right now, A Simple Favor has a 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm actually surprised. To be honest, I didn't really even expect this movie to get any great reviews. To be honest, I kind of literally expected this film to be Parfit's worst reviewed film. Well, of course, for me, I didn't really care much for the trailers or anything, but it looks like it could be maybe a surprise film. It's always nice to see some sort of film that's they don't have much high hopes for, but ends up being a surprise. Maybe this could be it. We'll have to wait and see. But of course, I adore Blake Lively. You also have Henry Golding, who was just seen in Crazy Rich Asians, which is like one of the highest grossing movies of the summer. He's in this. So yeah, this looks like it could be interesting. I'm also gonna probably see this on a Sunday or maybe a Tuesday. Now, another film opening this week is a faith-based movie called Unbroken Path to Redemption, which is pretty much another story of war hero and Olympic athlete Louis Zamperini. This time it stars Samuel Hunt as the role. Actor Jack O'Connell played the Louis Zamperini in the Angelina Jolie one that got released a few years back. And this time around, this film is being released by Perflix, the company behind God's Not Dead. Speaking of God's Not Dead, this is also from the same director of God's Not Dead. He also just recently had God Bless the Broken Road, most recent. So I'm at the trailer, did not do not much for me. I'm actually one of the few people who don't mind Perflix films. No, I didn't mind the first two God's Not Dead movies. I'm not ashamed. The Columbine film was pretty good. I don't know. It might be good. It might not. I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see. But the Jolie one, I really dug. I know lots of people didn't really care much for the Jolie one. But although it did, I think it scored a Best Picture nomination at the Oscars, if I'm not mistaken. Gotta double check that. But yeah, this is like I guess you could say, I don't know if you should really count it as a sequel of sorts. Maybe more of a second, like another telling. This time it includes him talk about faith, and it's from Perfect, so it's going to talk about religious stuff. That's pretty much Perfect. All right. Next film I'm going to talk about. I lost it. All right, the next film I'm going to talk about is a film called A Boy, a Girl, and a Dream. I don't really care much for like the original title. I think it was called Love on Election Night or something like that. I guess this is a bad title. But the film stars Omari Hardwick from Power fame, as well as the always incredibly and gorgeous Megan Good. Megan Good's awesome. But anyway, the film, here's what it's about. On the night of the 2016 presidential election, Cass, played by Omari Hardwick, is an LA club promoter who takes a thrilling and emotional journey with Frida, played by Megan Good, who's a Midwestern visitor. She challenges him to revisit his broken dreams while he pushes her to discover hers. This has kind of, I guess you could say it has like a before midnight feel to it because it's pretty much them talking throughout the whole film. Really, I mean, I guess it's also has a Destination Wedding feel to it as well. Remember that Destination Wedding film that I talked about? Anyway, I saw the trailer for this. It looks like it could be pretty cute and charming. I adore Megan Good. I think she's a really tremendous actress. Omari Hardwick is pretty decent. I don't really watch much of Power. I know lots of people love Power, but I don't really watch much of it. But I have seen Omari Hardwick in other stuff that I've really dug him in. So maybe this is definitely another interesting one. Omari Hardwick is also in that new Tyler Perry movie, Nobody's Fool, which comes out later this year. I mean, hey, Power is not most. Who knows how long a Power is going to last on Stars? So it's cool to see Omari Hardwick, breaking out bigger in the movie game. How good was he in the first Kick-Ass, by the way? He is slightly an underrated actor, but hopefully we'll see how good this movie is. Actually, also, real quick, the movie A Boy, a Girl, a Dream is actually getting tremendous reviews. Matter of fact, it first premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, and hear this. As we speak right now, the movie has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Talk about perfect. I mean, that's like the best review movie of the week, really. Like 100%? Dang. I'm actually going to see that film at AMC Empire 25 on Saturday. So I'll put up a review for that. Alright, another film that's opening this week is a film that looks interesting. It's a film called Mandy. This film here stars Nicolas Cage. Let me what was about. Like a horror action thriller, if you will. Like here's what Mandy is about. Mandy is set in the primal wilderness of 1983, where Red Miller, played by Cage, is a broken and haunted man who haunts a unhinged religious sect who slaughtered the love of his life. I saw the trailer. This looks nuts. I mean, this is pretty much Nicolas Cage at his best. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I've heard good things about it. Like, man, it premiered at Sundance early this year, and Mandy has like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. Looks like it's one of Nicolas Cage's best reviewed films for a while. Because Nicolas Cage lately, the guy's been going down the tubes. I mean, he's a good actor, but I mean, he just picks like some of the not so great films. Although I did dig that one movie, Mom and Dad, that got released early this year. That movie was nuts. If you guys haven't seen it, oh boy, you might not want to look at your own parents the same way if you watch Mom and Dad. That movie will make you want to respect your elders. All right, another film coming out this week is a film called Patient Zero. It's like a zombie film that stars Game of Thrones alum Natalie Dormer and Doctor Who alum Matt Smith. This film was supposed to be released by Screen Gems, but I guess it didn't go true. So it's getting released by Vertical Entertainment. Patient Zero kind of looks horrible. I'm not even. It's not playing at any theaters around me, and I guess that's okay because really, it looks horrible. Like, here's what Patient Zero is about. Patient Zero. This is the IMDb synopsis. After an unprecedented global pandemic turns a minority of humankind into violent infected, a man gifted with the ability to speak to The ability to speak the affected new language leads the last survivor on a hunt for patient zero and a cure. This movie is directed by some director named Stefan Rezowiski. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. There's also like Natalie, like I said, Dormer is in this. Smith is in. I mean, for all you Game of Thrones and Doctor Who fans, I guess that speaks your interest. Stanley Tucci is in this movie. He plays like the professor. Yeah, it doesn't really look that good. I'll probably check it out, maybe like online or on TV or whatever. But definitely, I would not. I probably would not have paid to see this garbage. Another film open this week is a film called The Children Act, which has like a 69% on Rotten Tomatoes. Not bad. Speaking of Stanley Tucci, this also stars Tucci, who's an awesome actor, by the way. How incredibly underrated is Stanley Tucci? I mean, that guy is always incredible when he's on screen. Anyway, the film also stars the likes of Emma Thompson, Finn Whitehead, who is in Dunkirk. The Children Act is actually based on a novel by Ian McEwan, and it's about Emma Thompson whose marriage crumbles, who's like a judge who plays a judge whose marriage crumbles, and she must decide a case involving a teenage boy who is refusing a blood transfusion on religious principle. The show looks like it could be decent. It's directed by this director named Richard Eyre, who directed stuff. Let me check out his filmography. Like Richard Eyre did movies like Notes on a Scandal, Iris, Stage Beauty. He has a decent resume. It looks like it could be interesting. You know, I adore Emma Thompson. I think she's a tremendous actress. Like I said about Stanley Tucci, he's completely underrated. Such a good actor. This could be like could be interesting. Plus, it's from H.4, and if you've been watching my videos, you know how much I love H.4. Another film I'm going to talk about is a movie called Armed. It's directed and it also stars Mario Van Peebles. Pebbles? Yeah, I always keep calling Peebles. Anyway, Mario Van Peebles is a really cool actor. He and director. He did stuff like he did this movie called Badass. He did Panther. Oh, he was in George the Revenge. He directed a movie called For the People. I have bad actor. Anyway, here's the synopsis for Arm. Arm is about a former U.S. Marshal who is struggling to put his life together after a case gone wrong. A former colleague reappears in his life and explains all of the survivors of the man's unit are suffering the same symptoms and that there may be a larger conspiracy at hand. This has an interesting cast. It has Mario's dad, Melvin Van Pels, is in this. You also got Ryan Guzman, William Fichtner. I love William Fichtner. Talk about underrated actors. William Fichtner is an underrated actor. Raz Elizondo is in this. Columbus Short. It's always nice to see Columbus Short on screen. The funny Paul Rodriguez. Ooh, Diane Warwick is in this. Sweet. The very funny DC Young Fly. For all you rapper fans, Designer is also has like a role in this. Pretty decent cast. Now this movie will probably end up sucking because to be honest, the trailers did not look that good. So it could probably be those like straight to VOD type films. This is actually playing that one at Empire 25. So if you guys, I'm probably gonna check this movie out on Saturday maybe. But I don't really have a lot of high hopes for it. I mean, who knows? It might be good. We'll have to wait and see. I did like Mario Van Peebles' other movie, We the People. That movie was fantastic. If you guys haven't seen it, give that one a go. Another film that's open this week is a movie called Lizzie, which is about famed serial killer Lizzie Borden. And it stars Chloe Sevigny from Boys Don't Cry as the role of Lizzie Borden. Um, it's pretty much about the infamous 1892 murders of the Borden family that was pretty much caused by Borden. The film also stars Kristen Stewart, who's a fantastic actress, by the way. I know she gets crap on for the Twilight films and all. She's a tremendous actress, and I think she's gonna do her best in this. The trailers look pretty decent. I mean, the trailers didn't blow my socks off or anything, but it looks like it could be a okay little movie. The film is pretty much in limited release. I think it's playing down at the Angelica Theater here in New York City. So if you're in the New York area, it's playing there. Now, another film coming out this week is like a horror movie called Don't Leave Home. Here's what Don't Leave Home is about. An American artist's obsession with a disturbing urban legend leads her to an investigation of the story's origins at the crumbling estate of a reclusive painter in Ireland. Could be interesting. It was pretty creepy. The film, the critics of it really dug it. It has an 83%, so it might be interesting. Well, I'll probably check it out maybe on TV or whatever. Another film opening this week is a post-apocalyptic movie called I Think We're Alone Now. It has nothing to do with the Tiffany song, by the way. The film is about the apocalypse proves a blessing in disguise for one lucky person until a second survivor arrives with the threat of companionship. The film stars the likes of Peter Dinklage, Elle Fanning. I adore Elle Fanning. She's a really tremendous actress. Charlotte Gainsborough is in this, and Paul Giamatti. Looks like it could be an interesting post-apocalyptic movie. Those are pretty decent. The reviews are good too. It has a 75%, so it could be pretty decent. Although I'm disappointed with the lack of Tiffany's song. Come on, that song's not even shown in the trailer. Can't have a movie called I Think We're Alone Now and not think of adding Tiffany's song, but another film open this week is a thriller called Final Score, which looks like Die Hard in a soccer arena. It stars Dave Bautista and Pierce Brosnan and Ray Stevenson. And here's what the film is about. After deadly terrorists abduct his niece at a soccer match, an ex-soldier, played by Bautista, with lethal fighting skills, wages a one-man war to save her and prevent a mass destruction. Of course, Dave Bautista has been in the news a lot because of the whole Guardians of the Galaxy situation. But he's a really cool actor. I really love seeing Bautista on screen. When he's not doing Guardians, usually he'll do some of these straight to home video releases. And the film is actually also in limited release this week. If you're in the New York area, it's playing down at Village East down at 12th Street. So if you're interested in seeing this, it's playing on there. And Pierce Brosnan with a Russian accent. That's kind of questionable. It's also like a war type movie called Where Hands Touch, which stars Imanla Stenberg, who's a decent actress. I can't wait to see that new movie she's in called I Hate You Give. That looks fantastic. But the film Where Hands Touch is directed by Emma Ascent, who also directed the movie Belle and United Kingdom. Here's what the film is about. A rites of passage story of a biracial teen struggles for survival in Nazi Germany. Amanda Stenberg stars in this. You also got, speaking of Doctor Who, you got Christopher Eccleston is in this. Abby Cornish, George McKay, who was also seeing that movie Captain Fantastic with Viggo Mortensen. The trailer didn't really do much for me, and I don't think it really did much for other people too, considering it has like pretty low score on Rotten Tomatoes. Let me check the score. It has a 42% on Rotten Tomatoes. Ooh, not that great, but I'll probably check it out on TV or whenever. Now, there's a few other smaller stuff coming out. There's some, like a documentary called The Dawn War. I keep calling it The Dawn War. I think it's a documentary. Let me try. Yeah, it's a documentary. Like, here's what the Dawn War is about. It's about legendary free climber Tommy Caldwell, who tries to get over heartbreak by scaling 3,000 feet of an impossible rock face. Holy cow, dude! Oh man, that's something you don't want to do. I mean, 3,000 rock. Holy cow, I could not do that. It looks like it could be a decent doc. It's playing down at the Cinema Village down at 12th Street if you're in the New York area. There's also some film coming called MDMA. Let me see what that's about. I do like talking about smaller films. That's, if it's small films that I never really heard about, I still like to spread awareness of smaller movies, Anyway, MDMA is set in 1984. And it's like the second movie of the week that is set in 1984. Anyway, and it's about the most powerful drug dealer on the West Coast was a 19-year-old co-ed, and the film is based on like actual events. I don't really know much about it. That's what I know about is what's on IMDb's page. The film stars this actress named Annie Q. Francesca Eastwood, who's the daughter of Clint Eastwood. She's in this. With the success of Crazy Rich Asians and Searching, and even Netflix's To All the Boys I Love Before, it's amazing seeing Asian American actors leading movies. I'm really loving that. I don't really know Annie Q or anything, so I don't know how good of an actress she is. But I'm sure she'll be okay in this. I mean, I haven't seen the movie or really heard about the movie much. But I'll probably give it a go maybe when it's on TV or something. Alright, now, there's also some film coming called Hail Country this evening. I don't know much about that. I don't really feel like talking about that. There's also a film coming, like a documentary, that looks like about rats called Rodents of a Unusual Size, which is narrated by The Wire star Wendell Pierce. There's also a movie coming this week called Bel Canto, which stars Julianne Moore, who's of course an Oscar winner. Julianne Moore, that was joy to watch on screen. Such a terrific actress. Here's what Bel Canto is about. Bel Canto is about a world-renowned opera singer played by Julianne Moore who becomes trapped in a hostage situation when she's invited to perform for a wealthy industrialist in South America. The film also has the likes of Christopher Lambert, from Highlander fame, Ken Watanabe, who's always an awesome actor. I love Ken Watanabe. I can't wait to see him in that Pikachu movie. He's a cool actor. This film is also directed by Paul Weitz, whose brother Chris Weitz just released his film Operation Finale, which is in theaters now. Like Paul Weitz has directed stuff like Grandma, Little Fockers, American Pie. Pretty decent filmmaker. The Weitz brothers are both terrific filmmakers. Period. All right, another. Now, Major Bond has like two movies coming this week. One is a film called The Toy Box. Let me put what's the Toy Box about. And another one is a film called The Basement. I adore Misha Bond. She actually never really, broke big, as she was back in the days. Remember, she was on the OC, and she does stuff now, but she hasn't really done as much as she used to, But anyway, as for the Toy Box, let me. All right. Here's what the Toy Box is about. An estranged family take a trip to the desert to in their used RV, but become stranded and isolated in a scorching terrain. They soon learn their RV holds terrible, haunting secrets, and it starts killing them off one by one. So I guess it's like Christine, but with an RV. Damn. But the film also has Misha Barton, the always incredible Denise Richards. I adore Denise Richards. She's always awesome. Oh man, I gotta want to check this one out. Maybe I'll check it out like on TV or something. Like maybe on TV or online. That could be an interesting film to watch. A movie about Killer RV. Dang, look out, Robert Williams. RV. There's a new RV movie in town. Now, Misha probably has another horror movie coming out called The Basement, which actually doesn't look that good. I checked out the trailer for it and it didn't really do much for me. Like, here's what this film is about. A seemingly innocent man is abducted by a notorious LA serial killer who forces his victims to switch roles with him so that he can enact his own capture, torture, and murder. That sounds weird. And it looks like really weird. I'll probably give it a go maybe online or something. I mean, like I said, Misha Barnes is in this. There's a few other people like Tracy Thoms is in this movie. Give me an interesting little horror film. Looks pretty original as well. So we'll see how we'll see if that movie is any good or not. There's also some indie anime movie coming called A Wizard's Tale, which has the voice of Lily Collins, who I adore. Toby Kebbell is in this movie. Like a Wizard's Tale is a here's what a Wizard's Tale is about. Balloon kingdoms, dopey police dragons, and happy wizards are exactly how Terry remembered his grandmother's wacky fairy tales, except they are real and it's definitely not as cheerful. Doesn't really look that interesting. I mean, despite a good voice cast like Collins and Keba, it might be good for the kiddies, but not every anime movies are meant for the ears, I guess. There's also like a thriller of sorts coming called Lost Child. Lost Child stars Levin Rebin, who was in the Hunger Games. She never really broke out. She never really broke out from the Hunger Games. Like, of course, the Hunger Games, had breakout stars like Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, Liam Hemsworth, the aforementioned Amanda Stenberg, but she never really broke out as much as they have. Lost Child doesn't look all that great. I guess this is not gonna be the film to really have her break out, but it's about like Lost Child is a dramatic thriller about a young army veteran suffering from PTSD who returns home to the Ozarks to look for her estranged brother and finds an abandoned young child in the woods. As she searches for answers about who the child is, she discovers a mysterious world of folklore, clan rules, and lies. Putting her own life at jeopardy to protect a young boy and find out the truth. Looks like it could be an interesting film. Like I said, I really liked Levin Redmond in the Hunger Games. She was also good in this one. Oh, crap, what's the name of it? Oh, it was called Water. That movie was pretty decent. She was also good in that surfing movie with Gerard Butler, Chasing Mavericks. That was a good movie. But she never really broke out as big as, let's say, Jennifer Lawrence or Josh Hutcherson or any of the other cast members. Maybe down the line she'll be in like some more bigger stuff. There's also a film called Another Time with Justin Hartley for all you This Is Us fans. A lot of the movies aren't like the movies I'm mentioning aren't really coming to many theaters, but I still kind of want to talk about them. But here's what Another Time is about. Just because a journey leads you somewhere you didn't expect doesn't mean that's a weird synopsis. Could be interesting. I mean, Justin Hartley is pretty good on This Is Us, so maybe I'll check it out on TV or something. There's also a film called Danger One about like these paramedics who finds think about $1 million, and one of them has to like decide to kill one another, and whoever survives takes the money. This looks weird. I mean, it has a Hunger Games and Belko experiment feel to it because they got to kill one another and all. I mean, that could be interesting, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. There's also a film called Warning Shot, which is a drama that stars David Spade. You also have James Earl Jones, Bruce Dern. It's pretty cool seeing comedic actors doing dramatic stuff, and David Spade, he's always cool. I mean, I've always enjoyed David Spade. He always cracked me up. And of course, David Spade is best known for comedies. I mean, Joe Dirt, Grown Ups. Let me pull up what One Shot is about. Here's what One Shot is. A single mother and her young daughter struggle to make ends when they meet to make ends meet until they inherit their family's farmhouse. When a business rival covets their water rights, the situation spirals out of control. Tammy Blanchard is also in this movie. You also got Guillermo Diaz, Nikki Koss from Famous Love is in this. White Henry, cool cast. It's playing down at Cinema Village, so if you're in the New York area, it's playing there. There's also a film called The Riot Act. There's also like a documentary called American Chaos. There's another documentary called Antonio Lopez 1970 Sex, Fashion, and Disco. There's a thriller called Revenge is Promised. That's also playing. A horror film called Demons playing theirs this week. Some film called Letters from Messenger, and a documentary called Science Fair. Now, those are all the movies playing in theirs. But if you don't feel like going to theirs and you want to watch something on Netflix, there is a movie coming to Netflix this week called The Lady of Steady Habits. Or The Land of Steady Habits, that's what it's called. They call it Lady. Anyway. The film is directed by Nicole Holofencer, who also directed that movie Enough Said with James Gandolfini and Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Like, here's what The Land of Steady Habits is about. Feeling trapped in the stifling wealthy of Westport, Connecticut, Anders Hill, played by Ben Mendelsohn, retires from his job in finance and leaves his wife, played by Edie Falco, in hopes that it will renew his lust for life. However, he's quickly faced with the startling reality of his choices. He spends his days looking for things to decorate his empty shelves, sleeping with strangers and feeling terribly lost, missing his ex-wife, and on the outs of with his troubled 27-year-old son, played by Thomas Mann. Anders befriends a drug-addicted teen, played by Gotham's Charlie Tan, setting him down a path of reckless and regrettable behavior. His shameful actions cause him to question who he is as a father and who he is as a person. I like Ben Mendelsohn. He's a really awesome actor. He was just seen in that movie Ready Player One. He was awesome in that. He was in Rogue One. Pretty decent actor. He's also in that new Robin Hood movie coming out. Also in this movie, you also got the likes of Connie Britton, Elizabeth Marvel, who was in the Meyerowitz stories. This has an interesting cast, and I saw the trailer. Looks like it could be an interesting Netflix movie. Again, it comes out on Netflix this week on Friday, so keep your eye out for that. Alright, that's pretty much all the movies playing this week. Oh man, that's a long list. Like there's a loads of list of movies opening this week. So anyway, let me leave it to you guys. What movies are you guys planning to watch this week? Whether it'll be in theaters or Netflix or something. Leave your comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L. signing off.